श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं
बोल इंटरनेट क्यों बंद किया?
श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, Hare Krishna devotees, welcome back
और
to section 10 of the Master the Basics of Sanskrit Grammar and Sahitya.
क्यों चेंज हो गया मालूम नहीं भाई किसको हर बार
शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये. सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्. वागार्थविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ. ओम शांति शांति शांति. Okay, so Hare Krishna devotees. In the prior session, in the last class, we discussed the Purva Rupa Sandhi and also the first two cases of Visarga Lopa Sandhi. Visarga Lopa Sandhi is another subdivision of Visarga Sandhi. I hope everyone has revised all the concepts. Today I will not. Today I did not make any Kahoot quiz. Okay, we will just focus on today's syllabus. I want to complete some syllabus. Okay, so this is the chart of Visarga Lopa Sandhi. First case we saw Purva Varnaha Akaraha is there, Madhya Varnaha Visargaha, and Paravarnaha there is Rasva Akaram Vina Anye Swaraha. All the swaras are there except Rasva Akara. Then the Adeshaha will be Visarga Lopaha. The Madhya Varnaha will get deleted. Then the second case we saw that if Purva Varnaha there is Akaraha and Madhya Varnaha there is Visarga. Paravarnaha there could be Swaraha, there could be any Swara, and there could be any Mridu Vyanjana. Then the Adesha will happen. The Lopa will actually the method of Lopaha will happen and Visarga Lopa will happen. The Madhya Varna Visarga will get deleted. Okay. So today we will see the third rule, the third case. The third case in the Visarga Lopa Sandhi is that when the words Saha and Eshaha are followed by any letter other than Rasva Akaraha, the Visargaha gets deleted. Okay, so this is the third case that if there are words like Saha and Esha, okay, and the Visarga is adjoined with that particular swara which actually is there in the Saha word. The Akaraha is included in the Saha word or Eshaha word, and when they are followed by any of the letter and except Rasvakara. It could be Swaraha or it could be any Vyanjanam. Then the Risarga gets deleted. Now, what are the Saha and Eshaha? Saha and Eshaha, they are actually pronounced in Sanskrit. They are called Sarvanama Shabdaha. Okay. So, if the Visargaha is there with the Akaraha getting applied, then an Akaraha is a letter which is a part of Saha word, or if it is a part of Eshaha word, and the akara is ending. Okay. Then visarga is there as madhya varna, and paravarnaha we have any of the letter, any swara or any vyanjana except rasva akaraha. Then the lopaha will take place. So visarga lopaha will happen. For example, saha naraha. Saha naraha. Here we have visargaha. So saha is there, and the visarga is actually applied to that particular word. So visarga is there, madhyavarnaha and paravarnaha. That is it's there is nakara here, so it's a vyanjanam. So here there will be visarga lopaha. There will be deletion of visarga, and it will be sa naraha. Okay, the visarga will get deleted. It will become sa naraha. Then similarly, eshaha plus ichhati. Esha is a pronoun, and visarga is actually applied to that particular swara, which is a part of a pronoun eshaha. And the paravarnaha is ikaraha. Okay, so that meets the criteria. And that's why the visarga gets deleted. So it becomes esha ichhati. Sa naraha and esha ichhati. More examples we have saha eva, it becomes sa eva. Eshaha eva becomes esha eva. Saha harihi becomes sa harihi. Eshaha harihi becomes esha harihi. And saha ramate becomes sa ramate. And eshaha ramate becomes esha ramate. So kindly make a note of it. If the akara is there and akara is a part of a of the word saha, or either it could be eshaha, and visarga is there, and paravarnaha, there should be no akara. There should be there should be any other letter, but akara should not be there. Rasva akara. Then only lopadesha, the lopaha will actually will happen, and the visarga will be deleted. Okay, so this is the third case. Now, the fourth case in Visarga Lopa Sandhi is that when Visargaha is preceded by any swara other than Rasva Akaraha, other than the Akaraha, and is followed by Refaha, the Visargaha is deleted. Now, Refaha means what? Refaha means only the Vyanjana Rakaraha. The Vyanjana Rakaraha. So that is the Paravarna. That is the criteria here. So when Puravarnaha, we have any Swaraha, but Akara should not be there. And Madhyavarna, Visarga is there. And Paravarna, we have Ra Vyanjana. Then Adesha, what will be the Adesha? The Lopaha will actually take place. The Visarga will get deleted. And there will be another process. There will be another Adesha along with that. So what is that? Adeshaha Purvasya Dirgha. So after the Visarga getting deleted, the Purva Varnaha will be elongated. The Purva Swaraha will be elongated. For example, Kavihi Rachayati. Kavihi Rachayati. So, yes. So Kavihi Rachayati, then the Puravarnaha, we have Ikaraha, and Madhyavarna is Visargaha, and Paravarnaha, we have Refaha. Okay. So that's why the rule will be applied, and the Visarga will get deleted, and the second activity, the second process will happen, that the Purva Swaraha will be elongated, or it will become the Dirghavan. So, for example, Kavihi Rachayati is there. So, Visarga is getting deleted and it will become Kavi Rachayati. Kavi Rachayati. Then, Guruhu plus Rajate. So, Ukaraha is there as the Purva Varnaha, and Madhya Varna is Visarga, and Paravarnaha is Refaha. So, first thing what will happen, the Visarga will get deleted and the Purva Swaraha will be elongated. So it will become Guru Rajate. Guru Rajate. Okay. Not only the deletion will happen, but also the Pura Varna will get along with it. Will become Dirgha Swara. Then Punaha plus Ramate. Punaha plus Ramate. So here again, same thing is happening. The Purva Varna we have Akaraha here, but here actually there is this exception rule. I will get into that. Where it is. There is another rule here that if we have if we have any avyayas which is there, which is derived from tadhita, then here the this rule should not be applied. Okay, so that slide actually I included where it is. Okay, later it will come. Okay, just for now, leave these examples, leave these two examples, but just focus on Kavihi Racheti and Guru Rajati. Okay, Punaha and Antaha, this one, these are some exception rule, and I will discuss about that later. Okay, so Harihi Ramate and Hari Ramate and Guruhu Ramate becomes Guru Ramate. Okay, this is that. So this is the fourth case. This is the fourth case, and in that way, the Adesha will happen. Okay, now another thing that after the Visargaha is deleted by any of the rules, further Swara Sandhi should not be applied. Example, Savarna Dirgha Sandhi does not happen in Rama Agachati. There is some problem with these slides, it should not happen. Another devotee made this. This slide should be there in some other place, actually. So this slide is actually indicating which one? The first one. The first case when we have Purva Varnaha, we have Akaraha, and Paravarnaha, there is Rasva Akaram Vina Anya Swaraha is there. Then there will be Visarga Lopa. So in that context, this thing should be taken. That after the deletion is happened, after the Lopa is getting deleted, then even then the Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, what is the rule? If Akara is there and Paravarna we have the Savarna Swaraha, then the Dirgha Savarna will replace both of the letters. So that's why after the Visarga is getting deleted by the first case, we should not apply Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. For example, Rama Agachati is there, and it was Ramaha and Agachati. But by the rule of Visarga Lopa Sandhi, by the first case, the Visarga is getting deleted. Okay. And then later on, the Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, even though we are able to see Akara is there, Akara is there, but still the Savarna is there, but still Savarna Dirgha Sandhi should not be applied because already Visarga Lopa Sandhi has already been applied. Okay. So Arjuna Uvacha. So it will not become Arjuna Uvacha by Guna Sandhi. Then Deva Api. It should not be become Deva Api. That is the second case. So Visarga, the Savarna Dirgha Sandhi will not be applied. Then similarly, Sa Eva, it will not become Saiva by the Vriddhi Sandhi. So Sa Eva is the example of third case. Okay, Saha and Eva. So the Lopa happens. So we have to actually be careful with this. And by gradually only by practice, by gaining more experience, we will actually get to know that here there is already Visarga Lopa Sandhi is already applied, and we cannot apply any Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Okay. So this is there. And about this, that slide is missing here. That slide was there. Okay. Okay, any questions in the Visarga Lopa Sandhi? Okay. Now, under the Visarga Sandhi, we have another type of Sandhi called Visarga Ukaradesha Sandhi. So, at the end of this lesson, we will be able to learn what is Visarga Ukaradesha Sandhi, table of that, and examples and its rule. Now, what is the meaning of Visarga Ukaradesha? So, Visarga Ukaradesha is the result of sound transformation. Okay, and Visarga Ukaradesha means that Visarga will be replaced by Ukaraha. Visarga will be replaced by Ukaraha. So that's why it is called Visarga Ukaradesha Sandhi. Here Visarga gets transformed by the letter Ukaraha. For example, Lakshmanaha api. Okay, Lakshmanaha and api. So by the rule of this one, Visarga Ukaradesha Sandhi, the Lakshmanaha api will become Lakshmana on this on the place of Visarga, there will be Ukaradesha, and it will become Lakshmana and U and api. Okay, Lakshmana U plus U and api. Okay, later on the other sandhis will be applied. So this is the table for the Visarga Ukaradesha Sandhi. If Purva Varnaha, we have Akaraha. Madhya Varnaha Visargaha is there. And Paravarnaha, there is Akaraha or any Mridu Vyanjan. There should be only Rasva Akara, no other swaras. There is only Akaraha and any Mridu Vyanjanam. Then the Adeshaha will be Ukaraha. The Visarga will be replaced by Ukaraha. Okay. So, yes, when Visarga preceded by Akaraha and is followed by Akaraha or Mridu Vyanjanam, Visarga is replaced by Ukaraha. So, yes, and if this Ukaraha reacts with the Akara which preceded the original Visarga, Gunasandhi takes place to give Okara. Then if the letter following the Visarga happens to be a Rasvakaraha, then after doing Gunasandhi, Pura Rupa Sandhi will also take place. So what will happen? See, we will take the example now. According to the rules of Paninian grammar, Visarga is not converted to Ukara. Before the Visarga arises, there is always a Refa, and this Refa is converted to Ukara. So what happens actually? Take the example Rama and Atra. Rama and Atra. So when the Rama has already become a pada and it is Ramaha and Atra. Ramaha and Atra. Then what will happen? The Visarga is not converted to Ukaraha. This example should be taken. I'm really sorry. There is one devotee who helped me and some different examples here. Second. Okay. So yeah, so there is some rule when the word is getting formed. So what happens actually that there is some another rule between the Visarga converting into Ukaraha. So before the Visarga arises, the Rama and Refaha is applied before that. So then the Atra Paravarna, we have Atra there. Then what will happen? The Refaha is actually converted to Ukara. Then it will become Rama U Atra. And later on, the Guna Sandhi will be applied, will become Ramo Atra. And Pura Rupa Sandhi will be applied, it will become Ramotra. Okay, so there is some more rules are applied here. That sutra has to be included in this chart, but this is not there. Anyway, I will explain this thing again later on. But just to get that idea, so what happens, there are some other rules in Panini grammar that in the process of becoming a pada, when Rama is becoming a pada, so saso jusho ruhu, then kharavasana yor visarjaniyaha. That is the rule. So then what happens? The rakaraha is actually refa is there before the visarga is arising. The refa is there, and then the visarga is actually replaced by ukaraha. Then the visarga is getting replaced by ukaraha, and then there will be if Rama ukara is there, then guna sandhi will be applied. It will become Ramo at, and then pura rupa sandhi will be it will become Ramutra. Okay, here then we have Manaha Ramate. So Manaha Ramate, when there is a this type of example, so Agaraha is there and Visargaha is there as Madhya Varnaha, and Paravarnaha we have Rakara. So that is Mridu Vyanjana. So then it will become Mano Ramate. Then Manaha Rataha becomes Mano Rathaha. So Madhya Varnaha we have Visargaha and Rakara is there as the Paravarnaha. Then the Visarga will be replaced by Ukaraha. And then later on, the Guna Sandhi will be applied. Okay, the Guna Sandhi will be applied. Then it will become Mano and Atra, it will be Mano and Rathaha, it will become, and Pura Rupa Sandhi will not be applied there. Okay, so where Pura Rupa Sandhi, where the parameters are there only Pura Rupa Sandhi will be applied. But if parameters are not there, then Guna Sandhi will be applied, and Mana U Rataha becomes Mano Ratha. Okay, so this is the rule of the Visargaha Ukaradesha Sandhi. Then similarly, Yogeshwaro Harihi. So Yogeshwaraha plus Harihi becomes Yogeshwaro Harihi. Visargaha is replaced by Ukaraha, then Guna Sandhi will happen. Okay, after Visarga is getting replaced by Ukaraha, then the Guna Sandhi will be applied, and then it will become Yogeshwaro Harihi. Okay, so Yogeshwara is there and U is there. So it will become Yogeshwaro and Harihi will stay as it is. Similarly, Mano Hridi. So Manaha and Hridi. Then the Ukaraha will come in the place of Visargaha, and when Guna Sandhi will be applied, it will become Mano Hridi. Then Tato Yuddhaya. So Tataha plus Yuddhaya becomes Tato Yuddhaya. Again, the Visarga is getting replaced by Ukaraha, and Guna Sandhi is applied. It will become Tato Yuddhaya. Then Yo Veti. Yaha Veti becomes Yo Veti. Naha Rajyam becomes No Rajyam. So in the similar way, the other examples are also happening, like Adho Gachanti. Adaha Gachanti becomes Adho Gachanti. Nashtaha Ghataha. It will become Nashto Ghataha. Then the Tejo Jayate. So Tejaha Jayate becomes Tejo Jayate. Then Kakaha Diyate. So Kako Diyate. And Yaha Devaha becomes Yo Devaha. Partha Dhanurdharaha becomes Partho Dhanurdhara. Okay, so this is that. Here there is a mistake. It should not be Nashtaha, but it should be only Nashtaha. Nashtaha Ghata. Then Mohaha Nashtaha. So the Visarga is getting replaced by Ukara, Guna Sandhi is happening, then it will become Moho Nashtaha. Ajo Nityaha, Ajaha Nityaha becomes Ajo Nityaha. Then Manaha Buddhihi will become Mano Buddhihi. Samaha Bhutva becomes Samo Bhutva. Shreyaha Bhoktum becomes Shreyo Bhoktum. Ataha Mriyate becomes Ato Mriyate. Okay. So any confusion Is it clear for everyone what I'm trying to explain here? You see, there is a slide here. This ukaraha reacts with the akaraha which preceded the original visarga. So when the visarga is getting replaced by ukaraha, then the ukara is reacting with the akara again, and gunasandhi will takes the place to give okaraha. So after visarga sandhis happen, after the visarga sandhi has already happened, then guna sandhi will take place. Then after guna sandhi has taken place, and if we have the okaraha as the purva varnaha, and paravarnaha if we have akaraha, if we have rasva akaraha, then what will happen? Yanta Vanta Desha Sandhi will not be applied, but rather Pura Rupa Sandhi will overrule Yanta Vanta Desha Sandhi only on those places when Ekaraha and Okaraha are falling at the end of a pada. So if the letter following the Visargaha happens to be a Rasva Akaraha, okay, then the Visarga, when it is followed by a Rasva Akara, then after doing Guna Sandhi, Purva Rupa Sandhi will also take place. So see, first of all, Visarga Sandhi applied by this Visarga Ukara Deshaha. Then later on, Guna Sandhi is being applied. Ukara becomes Okaraha. Then Purva Sandhi is applied only then when Paravarnaha is Rasva Akara. But when there is no Rasva Akara, but there are Mridu Vyanjana, the other Mridu Vyanjanam, then Pura Rupa Sandhi will not be applied. Only Guna Sandhi will be applied and Pura Rupa Sandhi will not be applied because the parameters are not matching. Okay, so this is the whole process. And this one, just leave it, because what is happening, Rama, Ra and Atra is there. So what is happening by the sutra of Panini in the Ashtadhyayi, Rakaraha, the Refa which you are able to see, that is actually becoming after that it will become Visargaha, and Visargaha will be actually replaced by Ukara. Then Ukaraha will become Okaraha, and Okaraha will be eventually, then Pura Rupa Sandhi will be applied and it will become Ramo. Okay, so there should be another process to be applied herein. Don't be confused. Otherwise, if you are not able to understand, then just leave it. This is not necessary at the present moment. It will just confuse you. So presently, just take the examples where the padas are there, where the proper padas are there. Like Yogeshwaraha Harihi. Visarga is replaced by Ukaraha, then Guna Sandhi is happening. Pura Rupa Sandhi will not happen. Why? Because Paravarna is not Akara. There is only Hakara. Then similarly, Manohridi, then Tato Yuddhaya, Yaha Veti, No Rajyam, Adho Gachanti, Nashto Ghataha. Okay. So where there is Akaraha, then there will be Pura Rupa Sandhi will also be applied. Any questions here? Yes, Rasika Keshav is telling Shashvataha Ayam Purano Na Hanyate Hanyam Neshari. So Shashvataha is there. Okay, Visarga is getting replaced by Ukara, first of all. Then what is happening? When Ukara is there and Puravarna, we have still Akara, and Ukara is there. Visarga is replaced by Ukara. Then Guna Sandhi will be applied. Okay. Then it will be Guna Sandhi will be applied. And because Ayam we have Akaraha there. So that's why Pura Rupa Sandhi will also be applied. And it will become Shashvatoyam Puranu. So this is the rule of Visarga Ukara Desha Sandhi. Any questions here? Okay, is it clear for everyone? If it is not clear, please let me know. I will explain it again. There was some problem because it does not happen actually. Every time I overlook, I examine before I take the class, but because of some extra engagement, I could not do it. I'm really sorry for that.
Prabhu, can you summarize in like a few steps, just 1, 2, 3, 4, what the steps are in this
Visarga Ukaradesha Sandhi.
What do we call it here? Yeah, Visarga Ukaradesh.
Ukaradesha Sandhi.
Yeah, if there's like, some branching steps, just very, very concisely, just kind of like what are the steps? I saw glimpses of those here and there, but there's like long explanation that came here and there for like, what's happening, but just everything concisely one place.
Yes, Prabhu. So through the example, I think I would be able to explain. Lakshmanaha api. Lakshmanaha api. Now here Visargaha is there as Madhya Varnaha and Purva Varnaha is Akara. Paravarnaha is Akara. So in Visarga Ukaradesha Sandhi, Paravarna could be Akara or any Mridu Vyanjan. Now Lakshmanaha api, we have Akara as Puravarnaha, Madhyavarna is Visargaha, Akaraha as Paravarna. So the parameters are matching and Visargaha will be replaced by Ukaraha by Visarga Ukaradesha Sandhi. This is the first step. So Lakshmana api, Lakshmana Ukara, Lakshmana U api. Now this is the thing. Visarga is getting replaced by U. This is the first step. Next, because Ukaraha is replaced and Akaraha is already there as Puravarnaha, and the Guna Sandhi will be applied here. Because the parameters are matching, Guna Sandhi tells that if Akara we have Puravarnaha and Paravarna we have Ukaraha, then the Adeshaha will be Okara. And Okaraha will replace both Puravarnaha and Paravarna. So it will become Lakshman O. Lakshman Okara. A plus U will become Okara. So Guna Sandhi is applied. Now next step is, since Akara is there as Paravarnaha, so that's why Purva Rupa Sandhi will be applied. So even after Visarga Ukaradesha Sandhi is already applied, but still two more Swara Sandhis are applied because the parameters are matching. The conditions are there. So it will become Lakshmano api, then Lakshmanopi by Purva Rupa Sandhi. So Purva Rupa Sandhi tells that if Akara we have as Paravarnaha and Okara is falling at the end of a pada, then the both will be replaced by the Purva Varnaha, and that's why there will be Lakshmanopi, Avagraha sign will come. So this is the whole process. And when the Paravarnaha is not Akaraha, but if there is Mridu Vyanjan, if there is Mridu Vyanjanam, then that is out of the scope of Purva Rupa Sandhi. So Purva Rupa Sandhi will not be applied, Guna Sandhi will be applied, and then it will be as it is. So this is the whole process. Is it clear too?
It's much clearer.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
So Prabhuji, in case of Visarga Lopan Nantara Swarasindhi na bhavati, in case of Visarga Lopa, that rule we follow for the Visarga Lopa, that once one Sandhi happen, Visarga Lopa, then we restrict ourselves not to go further for the Swara Sandhi.
Prabhu, that is not like ultimate. That is not absolute rule, Prabhu. That was only related to that particular Sandhi. Only for the Lopa Sandhi, not for other Sandhis.
That's what.
Yes, Prabhu. That is not absolute.
That is limited to that Sandhi, but same thing we are not applying for the now the Ukara Visarga Sandhi, because Ukara Desh happen. After that, two types of Swara Sandhi, that is Guna Sandhi and Purva Rupa Sandhi, we are applying.
Yes. Correct, Prabhu. So just wanted to make it clear that that type of thing is actually there only in Lopa Sandhi. In some of the cases of Lopa Sandhi, that rule is applied that after that that Visarga Lopa happens, then Savarna Dirgha Sandhi will not be applied. So in order to make the proper form of the words, that rule is applied in that particular Sandhi, but it is not an absolute rule. In other Sandhis, sometimes the other Swara Sandhis or maybe Vyanjan Sandhis will also be applied later on. Now here you are able to see only swara sandhis. Later on, after visarga sandhi happens, then Vyanjana sandhis will be applied. More than one or two sandhis will be applied. So that is.
In first four, only the rules is applied, right? That sandhi will not, other sandhis will not be happen. In
Yes,
first
yes,
four types of.
First, in the first case, in the first sandhi, there are 4 cases, and there the other sandhis will not be applied. The swara sandhis. For example, here if we see, what is the example? Yeah, here the first case. So in the first case, what was there, that if akaraha is there as purva varnaha, and madhya varnaha we have visargaha, and para varnaha, if there is anything, any other swara except akaraha, then there will be visarga lopa. So here we have Arjunaha uvacha. So visarga will get deleted because the parameters are there and will become Arjuna uvacha. Then guna sandhi will not be applied. In this particular sandhi, in this particular visarga lopa sandhi, guna sandhi will not be applied. And similarly, deva api, we will not apply the savarna dirgha sandhi. Then sa eva, here we will not apply vriddhi sandhi. So that type of those rules of swara sandhis are actually negated in this particular visarga lopa sandhi. But in the visarga ukara desha sandhi, this is not the case. The other swara sandhis are actually taking place. So where there is negation of other sandhis and where there is no negation, there we have to take care. And those rules are actually.
So, Prabhu, on this point about the Pada Varna being anything other than Akaraha. So this is what you just mentioned with Mataji. What about if it is Akara? Actually, that
Then
was
there'll
the
be
example
different.
that you covered with Lakshman.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite grasping what is the difference when it's anything other than Akara for the Padavarna.
But gradually, when I will teach other sandhis also in Visarga, so then those parameters will also, if those parameters are there, then those parameters will also be included. That if Raswakara is there, then if there will be sandhi applied at all, or it will just stay as it is. So sometimes if Akara is there as Paravarnaha, then like for example, this one is there, Akara Puravarnaha, and Paravarna we have Akaraha. Then we just saw here. Yeah, this one true. You see, if there is akaraha as paravarnaha, then ukara desha sandhi will happen. So puravarnaha we have akaraha and madhyavarnaha is visargaha, and paravarnaha there is akara. If akara is not there, then visarga lopa sandhi will happen. If akara is there, then ukara desha sandhi will happen.
Okay, so if Akara is there, then Ukara Desha Sandhi will happen. And if it's anything other than Akara, then just
Lopa sandhi will happen.
Ropa
Adesha, that will happen. Visarga lopa.
Lopa Sandhi.
Yes, Prabhu. So if there is any Paravarna, we have any other swaras other than Akara, then Lopa Sandhi. If we have Akara, then Ukara Adesha Sandhi. So this is gradually, Prabhu, all the parameters will be coming in the tables.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
in case of basically now what you are covering, this Lopa Sandhi and now this Ukara Adesha Sandhi. When we put in terms of Maheshwara Sutra, it becomes very easy to understand. That means after Visarga, if and is there, then there is a O and basically avagraha, O and avagraha follows. Then if it is hush is there, that means mrudu, then O, it is replaced by O. If it is a and ich is there, that except ach, that means except that means a and ich is there, then lopa happens. It becomes very clear if it is we follow the Maheshwara Sutrani.
Correct. Yeah, presently I am not utilizing the Maheshwar Sutras in order to explain. I just thought maybe it could be more complex, like because Maheshwar Sutra there are different pratyaharas, and before that, then if I apply, if I include that Maheshwar Sutras here, and if we make pratyaharas, then first of all we have to practice more of how pratyaharas are made, and like different how different pratyaharas are all actually formed. So that's why I just simply put the varnas, and definitely that will be very much easier, like that if we put the Maheshwar Sutra, the pratyaharas. But still, I just thought it just to make it more easy, like if that particular varna is there as Pura Varna and Para Varna we have, because I don't want to include any sutras here of the Ashtadhyayi, but the concepts are there, but the sutras through explaining those through sutras, it is very much difficult. Like initial stage, you don't have any much background. Because in order to explain these things also, Prabhu, like these four types of cases in Lopa Sandhi, Panini has actually made many sutras to explain, and there are so much of superiority of some sutras based on the adhyayas, and there is inferiority of some sutras based on some other adhyayas. So there is something called Sapada Saptadhyayi, Sapada Saptadhyayi, then we have the other three adhyayas. So anyway, there are in that way many intricacies, and which sandhi we should be applied when. So just wanted to make it very easy, right? So table is very good, and wherever if you find that Pura Varna then and Para Varna, then that particular adesha will take place.
Prabhu,
Yes.
Visarga Sandhi, all types of Visarga Sandhi so far you have taught. Can you give in one chart so that for comparison? If possible.
One shot. You are telling the summarization?
The summarization of all.
Yeah, that will come gradually, bro. After all the sandhis are covered, the summarization of all the Visarga Sandhi will be given.
Yeah, all Visarga Sandhis alone. Because for comparison, slightly
understood.
they're confused. So if there's a comparison, it will be easier to understand.
Okay, so next type of sandhi is Visarga Repha Desha Sandhi. What is the meaning of Visarga Repha Desha? So Visarga Repha Desha is the result of sound transformation, and Visarga Repha Desha is Visarga is replaced by Repha. Visarga is replaced by Repha, and here Visarga gets transformed. So for example, Bhanuhu Asau. Bhanuhu Asau. So Purva Varna is Ukaraha and Madhya Varna is Visarga. And Akara is there as Paravarna. So Visarga is getting replaced by Refaha. So it will become Bhanu Rasau. This is the chart for the Visarga Refa Desha. If Pura Varna, we have all the swaras except Akaraha and Akaraha. And Madhya Varna is Visargaha. And Paravarna, we have all the swaras and all the Mridu Vyanjanas. Then the Madhya Varna, the Visargaha, will get replaced by Revaha. When Visarga is preceded by a swara except A and A, and is followed by any swaraha or mridu vyanjana, then visargaha is substituted by rebha. Rebha is nothing but the letter R. So this is the case one. In this also there are 3 cases. So through examples we will try to understand. Munihi plus iti. Now ikaraha is the purva varnaha here. Okay, ikara is the purva varnaha and madhya varnaha is visargaha. Paravarnaha is again ikaraha. So then visargaha will get replaced by rebhaha and it will become muniriti. Munihi iti becomes muniriti. Then dhenuhu plus gachati. Here we have ukaraha as pura varnaha, visargaha as madhya varnaha, and gakaraha is mridu vyanjana. So the visargaha will get replaced by rebhaha and it will become dhenur gachati. Dhenur gachati.
रेखादेशसन्धेः मुनिः इति यत्र अन्त्यस्य विसर्गे आदिवर्गे इकारे परे रेखादेशः भवति मुनिरिति रेखादेशसन्धेः उदाहरणं धेनुः गच्छति धेनुः इत्यत्र अन्त्यस्य विसर्गस्य गच्छति इत्यस्य अवधिवर्गे गकारे परे रेखादेशः भवति धेनुः गच्छति.
Okay, so this is the rule of Refadeshas. Nirashihi aparigraha. Nirashihi aparigraha. So Purva Varnaha is Ikaraha followed by Visarga and Paravarnaha we have Akaraha here. So Adeshaha will be Visargaha will be replaced by Rebha. It will become Nirashir aparigraha.
Ardhachandra will not come.
Aparigraha. Okay. Then Kshantihi arjavam. So Ikaraha is there, Madhyavarna is Visargaha, and Paravarna is Akara. So Swara is included. Then the Visargaha will be replaced by Rebhaha. So it will become Kshantirarjavam. Shuddhihi plus iti. Shuddhihi plus iti becomes Shuddhiriti. Then Harihi iditaha becomes Haririditaha. Munihi uchyate becomes Muniruchyate. Buddhihi eka becomes Buddhireka. Jigyasuhu api becomes Jigyasurapi. Bandhuhu atma becomes Bandhuratma. Utsideyuhu ime. Utsideyurime. Then Guruhu iditaha becomes Gururiditaha. Okay. Yes, Sadayagi Prabhu, you have a
Yeah.
question?
So all these formations, we could have used Ardhachandra, Buddhir, because the के बाद र आ जाता है रेफ, that to yeah, तो बुद्धिरेका रेक बुद्धिर और this here gurur iditah. Why gurur is not come? Why Ardhachandra is not?
Ardhachandra, why it will come?
It will come out. If
Ed.
Madhu Vyanjanan is there, then it will come.
Hmm.
Not Ardhachandra, the upper R sound.
Upper
Like
ra.
if some Paravarna is a Mridu Vyanjan, then it will come.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Paravarna.
Prabhu, because if there is Vyanjana there, then there will be that type of sound. But Paravarna is only Swaraha. If there is some Swaraha, then Rakara that is Purnakshara.
Okay. Previous case, there is first Mrudu. First
Well,
example, previous page.
yes, here, Lira. The first, Shanti Rajavam. No, where it is? Where it is, Prabhu? Dhenur Gachati, I think. Dhenur Gachati. Yes, Dhenur Gachati. So Gachati, here we have Mridu Vyanjana. And there is a somewhat of like Sanyukta Akshara there. Because Ra is there and Gakara is there. So that's why this type of sign is coming. Dhenu Gachati.
Gurur
This is Sanyukta
Brahma.
Akshara.
Gurur Brahma. That
Yes, Guru
example.
Brahma. Yes.
Guru Brahma.
But when there is Swaraha there, then it will become simply it will become Purnakshara.
H.
Now, the second case in the Visarga Repha Desha Sandhi is that Purva Varnaha, if there is Visargaha, and Purva that Visarga is actually related to Avyaya. Okay, Avyaya Sambandhi Visargaha, Madhya Varnaha is Visargaha, and Para Varna is Varaha or Mridu Vyanjanam. Then there will be Repha Desha. So when Visarga is preceded by an Avyaya and is followed by any Swaraha or Mridu Vyanjanam, then Visarga is substituted with Refa. Refa is nothing but the letter Ra. So there is another case here that if the Visarga is there and it is preceded by any Avyaya letter, any Avyaya Pada, and in that Avyaya Pada there could be any Swara following there. Because Visarga is always applied to the Swaras. So there is any Swara ending letter applied to the Avyaya Pada. And if that Visarga is followed by any Swaraha or Mridu Vyanjanam, it could be any Swara or Mridu Vyanjanam, then the Visargaha will be substituted by Repha. For example, Punaha Atra. Punaha Atra. Now, Punaha is actually Yadi Visargaha Avyay Sambandhi Bhavati Tada Ukaradeshaha Na Bhavati Apitu Repha Eva Shruyate. So, if the Avyaya is there and the undeclinable, okay, and it is indeclinable and it is underived from other pratyayas, so then the Punaha, there will be Visargaha and Purva Varna if there is any Swaraha. But that Visarga is related to Avyaya Pada. Punaha is Avyaya. And if it is followed by any Swara or Mridu Vyanjanam, then the Refa Desha will happen and it will become Punaratra. Then Antaha Gataha. So Antaha is an Avyaya. And that's why the Repha Adesha will happen and it will become Antargataha. Then similarly, the note, then another thing is that if this is only for underived avyayas, okay, this is only for underived avyayas. But for the avyayas derived from tadhita pratyayas, the normal ukara adesha will apply. So the avyayas which are derived from tadhita pratyayas, which will be explained in the later classes. So then the refa desha will not happen, but the normal ukara desha will happen and it will become ataha atra will become atotra. So Visarga will be replaced by Ukaraha, then Guna Sandhi will happen. And then since there is Akaraha as Paravarnaha, then Pururupa Sandhi will happen. It will become Atotra. Nagarataha Rushtaha. So here, because Nagarataha is an Avyaya and it is derived from Tadhita Pratyayas. So that's why the Ukara Desha Sandhi will happen. And the Visarga will be replaced by Ukaraha. And there will be again the Guna Sandhi, it will become Nagarato Rushta. And since Paravarna we don't have Akaraha, that's why the Purarupa Sandhi will not be applied.
Prabhu, here Avyaya derived from Tadhit Pratyaya, you are talking, but what is Avyaya?
Avyaya, what is Avyaya? I will explain in the later slides. So Avyaya is actually simply that it does not have any forms. For example, like Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramo, Raman, Ramena, Ramabhyam, Ramaihi. In that way, there are so many vibhaktis of Rama. So in that way, the avyayas don't have any forms. They don't have any such type of declension forms like Rama, or they don't have any vibhaktis.
But
So they
Ram
are.
is, but Ram, see, the general term Ram is Padam, and it is or maybe you can say a noun in English. The moment it is get derived in that chart form where we do Rame, Ramu, Rameti, that time it get converted, right? So now in this case, here the first word, the Ata, let's say, it is almost look like a Rama, isn't it? I mean, to me, maybe I am having a not that much, view of for this, but it looked like a for me pada only, or maybe nagarata. It's I feel it is like a nagar word nagar. It is it there.
No.
Is my understanding right or
Nagarata
wrong?
is different, Madhi. Nagarata is counted in avyayas. So ataha, we have to always tell ataha. We cannot tell ata like in that way. But there is only and there is no in such way like there is ataha is actually avyaya pada. Ata is like avyaya pada, and they are third types of padas, indeclinable. Of course, padas means subandham padam tingandam padam. Their pratyas are applied. But still the avyayas are actually indeclinables, and they are actually separate category of pada. Separate category of pada, and they are actually derived from tadhita pratyayas and from other pratyayas also. So ataha is a pratyaya which is derived, it's an avyaya which is derived from tadhita pratyaya. So tadhita pratyaya means it's a suffix, and there are some pratyayas. So from that the avyayas are derived. But still, there is no such type of they will have any forms like Ramaha. It's just completely different category because you don't have that like introduction about Tadhita Pratyayas and Avyayas. That's why you are getting confused in Ramaha and Ataha. But slowly, when you will be introduced with the Avyayas and Tadhita Pratyayas, then you'll get a more better idea. Because Ramaha is different thing and they have declension forms, and Ramaha we have Pratipadikam and other things, but Ataha will not have any Pratipadikam. It's just a separate category. So it will not have such type of declension forms like Ramaha, Ramo, Rama. So Ataha and Atra. Then here the Ukara Desha Sandhi will be applied. Because these avyayas, they are having many categories. When the avyayas are just underived, they are not derived from any pratyaya, like tadhita pratyaya, then only the refa desha sandhi will happen. But if the avyayas are derived from tadhita pratyayas, then the normal ukara desha sandhi will be applied. It will become atotra nagaroto rushtaha. Okay, so about the understanding about this Visarga Sandhi, I was actually, before I was planning to teach this, I was afraid that definitely these type of questions will come because you don't have the idea about other concepts. So I would just like to request you that please hold on, please have some more patience. Gradually, more concepts I will teach, and in that way, your understanding will be enhanced. So I am not telling that I will not teach avyayas or some other forms. I will teach gradually. But presently, I want to complete Sandhi before we get into Shabda Rupa and Dhatu Rupa. And when you are introduced about Shabda Rupa and other Dhatu Rupas and Avyaya Padas, then gradually the understanding will also increase. Okay. Then the case 3 in the Visarga Refa Desha Sandhi is that when Visargaha is preceded by Sambodhana form of a Rikaranta Shabda, and is followed by any swaraha or mridu gyanjana, then visargaha is substituted with rep. So purva varnaha, if there is a rikaranta shabda in namapadas, in shabda rupas, there are many shabdas which are ending with akaraha, which are ending with rikaraha, or which are ending with other swaras. Then when that type of Rikaranta Shabda we have, and in that Shambodhana form, if there is a form of exclamation form, we have that Sambodhana form, then that type of Shabda we have, then Visargaha is Madhyavarnaha in that place, okay, in that place, and Paravarnaha, we have either Swaraha, either any Swaraha or Mriduvyanjana. Then the Visargaha will be substituted by Refadesha. For example, He Pitaha. He Pitaha. So the Pitra is the Rikaranta Shabdaha. And the Sambodhana form of Pita or the Pitra Shabdaha is Pitaha. So here the Purva Varnaha is Akaraha here. And it's a Sambodhana. The Akara is actually of Rikaranta Shabdasya Sambodhanam. And Madhya Varnaha is Visarga. And Paravarnaha we have Akara here. That's why Refa Desha Sandhi will happen. And it will become He Pitaratra. Then He Bhrataha. So Bhratra, it's a Rikaranta Shabdaha. And the Rikaranta Shabdaha is there. And it is Madhya Varnaha we have Visarga. And it is followed by Mridu Vyanjana, Kacha. So that's why the Visargaha will be substituted by Re. So it will become He Bhratar Kacha. So this is the these are the things, these are the three cases of Visarga, Refadesha, Sandhi. Now the avyayas are indeclinable words, words which do not change, which does not have many forms, like cha, api, punaha, in that way. So the avyayas are indeclinable words. And Sambodhana form is the form used for addressing someone. Sambodhana form is the form used for addressing someone. Example, He Pitaha, He Mataha. Okay, so, and if the Rikaranta Shabda is there and it is followed by Visargaha, and Paravarna we have Swaraha, Ani Mridu Vyanjanam, then that Visarga in that particular place, the Adesha, Refa Desha will have. Okay, and even though the other niyamas are there, but still because the Akaraha is adjoined with the Rikaranta Shabdaha and Visarga is applied to that particular Swaraha, that's why this rule will be applied.
Prabhu, here, what do you mean by Rakaranta? Sambodhana I understood when I'm saying like a Hey Rama or Hey Mata. But then here, Rakaranta means exactly what?
Rikaranta.
What do you mean by Rakarantas, Prabhu?
Rikaranta. Actually, when in the Rama Shabdas, what happens when there are all the Shabdas, they are there. So there the like the nominal base, if you see nominal base, then there will be Pitra, Matra. Then in that way there are other actually Shabdas. So then after declining, then they will have many forms. Pita, Pitaro, Pitaraha, Pitaram, Pitaro. So something Rikaranta means the word which is ending with Riswara. The word which is ending the noun form, the noun word which is ending with Ri Swaraha, that is called Rikaranta Shabda. And when we are declining that Nama Rupa, the Shabda Rupa, and in that Sambodhanam, Prathama, if we have that addressing, there will be so many vibhaktis. And the form which is there in the Sambodhanam, in that Visarga, when it is applied, so then that Visarga, that particular Visarga which is applied to that Sambodhana form, there Adesha will happen, Refa Desha will substitute Visarga. So Rikaranta is simply like, for example, before in Swarasandhi, I discussed about Yanta and Vanta. Yanta means what? The word which is ending with year. And the Vanta means what? The word which is ending with verb. Similarly, Rikaranta means the word which is ending with r. For example, Pitra, Matra.
So in the table, I think the day 6 or day 7, you give a table. So it's like a Hey Ramo, Hey Rame. That thing will come into the picture, right?
Yes.
Rame.
Yes.
Okay.
But
The
Rama
last
is not. Rama is not Rikaranta Shabdam. Rama is Akaranta
Akara.
Shabdam.
Again,
So,
I just.
Ramaha, that Shabda is not Rikaranta, but it is Akaranta. But when I will explain the Nama Shabda Rupas, Nama Padas, then you will get more proper idea. But until just for now, you understand that the word, that Sambodhana form. So the Shabda is actually Pitra and Bhratra. And Sambodhana form, like for example, Hey Rama, Hey Rama, Hey Ramaha. and He Site, He Site, He Sita. So in that way, these forms are there, the Sambodhana forms. So similarly, when there is Ekvachanam form in the Sambodhana form of the Pitra Shabdaha, it will become He Pitaha. And because that Visargaha is of Vrikaranta Shabdaha, Sambodhanam, that's why Refa Desha will happen. But in other places, the Refa Desha will not happen. For example, if there is a Shabda, for example, Ramaha is there. Ramaha is Akaranta Shabda. And if there is Sambodhana form of Rama Shabdaha, then there, even though there is Visarga, but still Refa Desha will not happen because Ramaha is not Rikaranta Shabda. It is Akaranta Shabda. Yes, Gokulananda.
Yes, Prabhu, I was wondering if you can explain in Bhagavad Gita, like 17, chapter 8, we have in the second line, Ahar Yat Brahmano Viduhu. So Ahaha becomes Ahar, like, and I think it's following the rule that you just explained. It must be an avyaya. Ahaha. But then in the last line, we have Tehoratra Vidojanaha. Ahaha becomes Aho. And I was wondering if that is because there is an R beginning with Ratra, or is because of the word Ratra. Tehoratra Vidojanaha. Te Ahaha Ratra becomes Ukara, and then Tehoratra. So is the do I explain myself correctly?
Prabhu,
About
what you can do is after this class, like when I will take more of the questions, you can just share your screen. You can share that particular shloka, and I will tell what
okay.
is. Yes, because through when you are telling that, then I'm not actually.
Yeah, you
getting, but
cannot
if
see
you just
right
share
now.
the screen,
Yeah.
then I will be able to explain. You can share that later. I will tell.
Okay, okay.
Yes, Sadayogi Prabhu.
Again, as I was thinking, now this whether it is a Purva Varna is a Avyaya or Rikaranta, already if we just put it in format of each Saudhnya, everything is coming. When we use a Pratyahara, then everything is included, all these variables. The sutra becomes very easy. Each as a Purva Varna and Ash as a Paravarna, if the Visarga comes in between, then the Refa Desha Bhavati. It becomes quite very easy while applying things when we are going through shloka.
But Prabhu, how will you explain like that sutra, if particular sutra is there, and if Purva Varnaha we have of any avyayas? Okay, avyaya, here we are including all the swaras. Okay, we are including all the swaras. But in the first case, if you see, a and a are actually not included. But in avyaya, a are included. Then another sutra is applied, another sutra is made by Panini to explain this particular rule.
Okay. Here a and a is also included.
Yes, Prabhuji, avyaya is already avyaya sambandhi visarga means what? Visarga can be applied to all the swaras. It could be a, e, u, all the swaras. But in the first case, a and a are excluded because those varnas are not the part of the avyayas. But when the avyayas are, all these swaras are there, then the different adesha will have. Then the refa desha will have. And visarga will substitute. Prabhu, there is definitely some reason behind it why I am doing like this. I have already taught to other students. So this is very much easier presently because Maheshwar Sutras, Pratyaharas, this is huge thing, Prabhu. When we were learning this, all Maheshwar Sutras, we actually learned for this for 3 months continuously. then we got very good foundation about what is Maheshwara Sutra. There are many intricacies proof. Devotees will not be able to understand what I'm talking about. And I'm making this in very simplified version. Vyakaranam is huge, it's very complex. And Panini has utilized such a so complex thing and it takes so much of time. So just to make it more simplified version, I am making the tables and making it more easy.
Yeah, it is there. You are making it very crystal clear. You're
Yeah,
writing
if
all
I
the
bring
details.
sutras, Prabhu, it will become more complex because in order
You
to
are
explain
explaining.
sutra, it takes so much time.
Basically, Paravarna, you are writing Swaraha and Mrudi Vanjana. Just it comes basically that is Ash.
Yes. Some
Maheshwara
devotees, they
Sutra
might
is
not be conversed with
known when
the Maheshwar Sutras. They have to remember. Before I explain the Sandhi, first of all, everyone has to remember the Maheshwar Sutras. Then only I
Yeah,
can explain Swara Sandhi,
yeah.
Visarga Sandhi.
That,
And I don't know when devotees will memorize. Already, it will take so much time. Some devotees will memorize far quickly. Some devotees will take time. So Swaraha, Mridu, Vyanjanam, these are very like quick terms. You can just refer to the list. Swaraha means we know, Vyanjanam we know. And Mridu Vyanjanam, just refer to the table. And it's simple, like, you know, you just have to remember the third, fourth, and fifth varna of each varga, and yara, lava, and hakara. Those are called Mridu Vyanjanam. It's very easy. But if you like, if we make pratyahara, then gradually it will come. Harsh, if we apply the Hayavara, Lanya, Mangalanam, Javai, Gadadash, Java, Gadadash. In that way, then we have to remember if sometime if you forget some sutra in between, then we will misunderstand. So in that way, I just make it very clear and put all the varnas. And gradually, after you know this, you are conversed with this sandhis, then you can get into the sutras and Maheshwar sutras, and then you take on. Then we can do vyakhya on the sutras.
Another
Prabhu,
one thing.
Prabhu, I have
Question.
something for
Can I? Okay, yeah. Mataji can ask.
Prabhu, actually, what you said, na, that Maheshwar Sutrani, I was trying to remember it, but what I observe is we have a diverse crowd. We have a student from the school till we have one people who are already learned. So if we look at from that perspective, right, from the, like the kid from the 15 age to 75 age, this sounds to be very simple. This is what even I felt when I was trying to read Maheshwar Sutrani, try to remember also. This is what my opinion.
We need not basically go through the remembering this all the sutras of the Paninis, but just we need to get acquainted with the Maheshwar Sutranis, those I1 Rulduk Aeon, Ivaratlan Nimagaran Jabagadadas. So that way if we just repeat, then all this because all the sandhis are depending on the Maheshwar Sutrani only. As in the beginning, when you introduced Maheshwar Sutrani, we just sat and we just repeated it almost 100 times because we thought before entering into the sandhi, we have to completely memorize at least that Maheshwar Sutrani. Then that's the background before starting you give. That's why I'm just mentioning this thing.
No problem.
Because,
Then I can also include that Maheshwar Sutras, the Pratyaharas in there. And those devotees who have memorized Maheshwar Sutras, then they can refer that Pratyahara and they can then understand. And also this type of Swara Mridu Vyanjana, those devotees are not acquainted. Those devotees have not memorized and it's becoming more difficult for them to memorize Maheshwar Sutras. Then they can simply refer to these charts. And yeah, no problem. I will include the Pratyaharas also next time.
Yeah, Prabhuji, one
Yes.
just thing, short thing, because when last Prakarana, you were mentioning about Teenandam Padam and Sobantam Padam. It was a very nice introduction. Basically, this terminology of Vakyam Padam, no, these Then after you taught today, I just went referred book. So there, I just saw that they're introducing this chapter just after Varna Vichar. So I just felt today also doubt came. What is Avyaya? Mataji was asking. So is that okay if we introduce those terms just before the Sandhi? So that when we learn the Sandhi, then that becomes very clear.
Yeah, we can include because those are very extensive, very big topics individually. You have seen enjoyable Sanskrit grammar book.
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
but
Yes.
if you see another book, then you can find that they are actually yeah. I was just thinking to follow the traditional system of grammar, just because this is the traditional system, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Before, if you see even Ashtadhyayi also, the Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi also, they will not discuss about
Yes.
others. They will
Yes.
discuss Sandhi first of all. Later on, they will discuss about.
Prabhu, how about let's not if we don't want to go get into the details of it, at least what is a aware, maybe a definition, one two example of it if you put, so that because while we are referring or doing a homework, at least we will get idea. Okay, this is the aware here it means. Here is the rakaranta means. Because the moment we go from the class, only we refer the PPT. That time we need to remember. That's why. One just PPT will be enough before we start with aware or rakaranta, any kind of thing.
I see. Yeah, so avyayas, there is a whole list about aware, which are avyayas, and about them. So anyway, maybe I can include the avyayas also in some classes. Because padam, I just talk about the suptinanta, the subantam padam and tingantam padam. But again, it's a very huge topic. I will, because I just included 2-3 slides only about subantam and tingantam. After Sandhi is over, I will discuss extensively about different types of padas, including avyayas also. No problem. I will give the list of avyayas, and I will also give some more introduction about avyayas. Yeah, no problem. I am already including slides. For example, see here, there is a note. Avyayas are indeclinable words, words which do not change, which does not have many forms. Example, cha, api, punaha. Then sambodhana means what? Sambodhana form is the form used for addressing. And it's not that something I'm newly introducing. Already I have shared the Shabda Rupa of Rama. And if you see, then Rama, I have introduced the addressing form of Rama. So Rama is there, then it becomes Hey Rama, Hey Rama. Similarly, here also Sambodhana we have. So Hey Pitaha, Hey Mataha. So in that way, I'm giving little bit introductions. Otherwise, if I go on explaining what is Sambodhanam also, then it will be also again another class. So little bit notes I'm giving time to time. Anyway, no problem. I will, if you wish, I can give more notes also about extra about avyayas and Sambodhanam. Avyayas, I will give the list. Practically, there is a whole list, around 50, 100 avyayas are there. Important ones. There are many avyayas. But the main important ones which we use in daily basis and which we can also find in Bhagavad Gita and some other. So that list is there. So then I can give that list. But just presently, understand that avyayas, they are some different category of words. And that words which do not change, they don't have declension forms like Rama, Ramo, Rama, Ramam, Ramo, Rama. And they are just some group of letters and they are called padas. Like cha is there. In cha there is no visarga. Api there is no visarga. Punaha there is visarga. So punaha is as it is. There is no punaha, punaha, punam, punah like Rama. So avyayas which do not change, they stay as it is. So those are called avyayas. Okay. No problem. I will also give some more list about avyayas in later classes. I will give that list. That's why it's Swara Sandhi is very easy, because in Swara Sandhi usually only Swaras are there, Vyanjanam is there. But when Visarga Sandhi and Vyanjan Sandhi also comes sometimes, then this type of exception rules also are there. That if there is some Shabda which is ending with Rikaranta, there is some Shabda which is Avyaya, then these type of exception rules are also. So in next class, I will discuss Visarga Sandhi, Visarga Sakara Adesha Sandhi, and another Sandhi. That is. So these three Sandhis we have completed. Visarga Lopa Sandhi, Visarga Ukaradesha Sandhi, and Visarga Revhadesha Sandhi. And two more are left. Sakaradesha Sandhi and Jivvamulya and Upadmaniya. We'll conclude here. Any questions? Any more questions you have? And one more thing, from tomorrow in morning time, practice sessions will happen. So morning time, I will be taking the practice session. And afternoon time, Vasundhara Mataji will be taking. Okay.
Prabhuji, one request was there. So
Yes.
morning, is it because our Bhagavatam ends by 9 o'clock? Is it okay for you if something 9:30, whatever means comfortable time for
Yeah, I
you?
was also thinking,
Yeah.
because I usually sometimes I hear where I'm situated presently. I am in Tirupati now. It's in Andhra Pradesh. So here everyone speaks Telugu, and the lectures which are held in the temple, those are all held in Telugu language, and I don't understand Telugu because I am from Gujarat. So that's why I am hearing my Guru Maharaj lectures, Trivikas Maharaj lectures. Before only, I hear around 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or maybe before only I hear. After doing some rounds, morning I hear lecture of Guru Maharaj. Otherwise, if here the lectures are in English, then I will attend. But because there is only Telugu, so that's why I put that timings. If devotees are finding it difficult, because if those who are associated with temple, so then those timings, if those timings they have Bhagavatam classes, then we could maybe adjust sometime. Then maybe I can hear the lecture later on. So 7 to 8 is too early. I'm asking. 7 to 8 is too early.
Yeah, miss, till 9 o'clock morning program is there, but we need to come out.
Yeah. Morning from 4:30 to 9 a.m. Because already Mataji will be taking from 2:30 to 3:30 afternoon. Then if I take from 10:30 to 11:30, here I also have to adjust my schedule. Here we have different system. We have prasadam at 9:30, goes on until 10:30. So 10:30 to 11:30, maybe then that time I can take the classes if devotees are okay with those timings.
Yeah, for me no issue, but we need to check with other devotees.
For other devotees, those who are selected the morning shift, I don't know for them if it's okay. The 10:30 to 11:30, the timings. Okay, let's see. Shyamlal Prabhu, you are also joining in morning.
Yes, Prabhu.
It's okay for you 10:30 to
Yes.
11:30 IST.
Yes, Prabhu.
For him is okay. Okay, for those devotees, if these timings are okay, then we can conduct from 10:30 to 11:30. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very good.